Hello, and welcome to Fallout 3. I'm Chance, also known as Moras, and today we are delving into a post-apocalyptic action RPG open-world game, which is quite a title, to be sure. I kind of looked up to see if there was any other games that were listed as a post-apocalyptic action RPG open-world game, and it just showed me a bunch of either apocalyptic games or open-world games. So Fallout 3 is unique in this post-apocalyptic action RPG open-world game status. I'd like to tell you a story. In this next section, it's going to play a copyright song, so in that next section, I'm going to explain to you that story. Let us begin into our journey. Fallout 3. So, the year is 2009, and Chance has heard of this game. This wondrous game where my friends are talking about how raiders were killing them and they kept dying because the last autosave was in this house that's right next to the raiders and they just can't beat them, and how there's these fancy ass music, laser guns, mutants, and all that. And I loved Mad Max, the movie. The second one, not the first one. I never saw the first one, but I seen the second one and I loved that. So I was like, that sounds like a cool game. I mean, I play games. At the time, I didn't have much Xbox games, so I went to Walmart and I found the game, Fallout 3, The Pit and Operation Anchorage DLC included. And at that time, I was playing on Xbox 360. On Xbox 360, in order to get the DLC on your game, you had to load in a disc. So there was two discs in that thing. There was the base game and then a DLC game disc. You load in the DLC game disc. All it did was give you the files for those DLC on your game, and that's it. And they did that with most of Bethesda games. They would have a DLC disc that you would download all the DLC to. But anyways, I play the game and I fall in love. A lot of my friends call me the Fallout guy because I love this game. And yes, I mean I love Fallout 3. I loved Fallout 3. I bought the collector's edition for New Vegas because I loved Fallout 3 so much. So now we are doing our journey through Fallout 3. And I hope you enjoy. We're going to listen to Ron Perlman talk about the... and then
War.
My talks.
War never changes. Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything from God to justice to simple psychotic rage. In the year 2077, after millennia of armed conflict, the destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer. The world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and radiation. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history. For man had succeeded in destroying the world, but war never changes. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as vaults. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them. All except those in Vault 101. For on that fateful day, when fire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Vault 101 slid closed and never reopened. It was here you were born. It is here you will die. Because in Vault 101, no one ever enters, and no one ever leaves.
Well, we are quite literally born in Fallout 3. This was kind of weird to me when it first came out.
Let's see.
I mean, my only experience with games were PlayStation 2 games and and GameCube games. I got an Xbox, I think, at the beginning of 2009. It might have been at the end of 2008 during Christmas. Yeah, I think that's what it was. End of 2008 during Christmas. In Fallout 2, we chose a chance set. So today we're gonna play as a boy.
It's a boy. A boy.
Let's play as
We've
Miraz,
got a
I
son,
guess.
Catherine. A beautiful, healthy baby boy.
Oh, James, we did it. A son. Our beautiful son.
So,
You've got a bright
what I've
future
done
ahead of you,
today
son.
is I disabled all the DLC so that we could
Look
experience
at
the
you.
base game first.
Look at you.
Then,
Hi
once I
there.
beat the game, I will go and activate all the DLC and we'll play the DLC
You're
in
going to need a
order
name, aren't you?
from
Your mother and I have been
the
talking. What do you think about
release till the last release. We will play. I want to play a character that I've been playing around with recently. A couple of my friends in real life might know who this guy is, but he's essentially a tech guy in this universe. At least that's how we'll roleplay him. And he's neutral, so we're going to try to be neutral the entire game, which is very hard to do, because it's really easy to be very good, and it's very easy to be very bad, but it's really hard to be neutral. We're going to try to be neutral. The mods I have downloaded into this game are mostly texture mods.
Looks like they've finished
The
gene
only
rejection. Let's see what you look
non-texture
like.
mod I have is the Lone Wanderer theme. It is essentially a mod pack that gives me a chiseled jaw. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but oh yeah, I also have an animation pack in. So if you see him jutting around a bit, it's because he has a pack on. I also have I don't have much mods on here. I just put in things that I generally would just play with by myself. These are basically mods I would enjoy on my own free time. Like, you might notice like a lot of HD texture. So now this will be Moraine. Should I give him facial hair? Nah, he doesn't have facial hair at this point, I guess. So anyways, the only mods that affect gameplay is the animation pack I have and the Lone Wanderer theme. And then the rest is quite literally just textures. Because in my personal opinion, which is probably a very unpopular opinion, I find Fallout 3 is perfect as it is. Perfect game, yada yada yada. I find the DLC kind of ruins it when you're playing the base game. Anyways, if that makes any sense. The DLC is perfect, but when you have this story, playing the DLC alongside the story kind of ruins it, because for one, most of the DLCs give you really powerful weapons early on, and it kind of ruins the whole experience. That makes any sense.
Come on.
Hello, Asian Ada.
There you go.
Yeah, so if you can notice, he has a HD lab coat, and I think I have a Pip-Boy texture. As you can see, the vault walls are pretty well done. Some things aren't textured, most things are. I tried to grab as much as I can. Obviously, there's only as much as is available to mod owners. I was compiling my list of downloaded mods. I just needed to remember which mods I actually had downloaded, because I know I downloaded a lot but never actually applied them, depending on how, or I applied them and then removed them. So I need to kind of remember which ones I did apply and which ones I didn't. But yes, a lot of stuff is nice in HD. I threw that truck on the ground, and honestly, If you're playing this game, or you thinking of playing this game, and you've beaten it already, I highly suggest getting the Lone Wanderer theme. When I first saw it, I thought it was amazing. Anyways, let's read this. S is for strength. That means I am strong. I could carry more toys and swing stuff all day long. I like how I messed up the rhyming. P is for perception. Long and funny word. It means what I tasted, smelled, saw, and heard. E is for endurance. That's how long I could play. How long I could play. I'm always really healthy and have energy all day. C is for charisma. That's why people think I'm great. I make my friends all laugh and smile, never want to hate. That one's a stretch. I is for intelligence. It means I'm really smart. Use my brain for lots of stuff like science, math, and art. Now that one was an easy one for me. I am probably some form of dyslexic. A is for agility. That's how I get around. I move really fast and easy and never make a sound. L is for luck. It's simple, you see. It means that good things always happen to me. I don't know if that's how I was supposed to say it. So as I said, Maraine's a bit of a smart boy, so we're going to boost him a bit in the smart category. He also is proficient. What else would I give him? Not very much charismatic, but he would have a point in there. And then, guess let's give him agility. Now let's give him a point in luck. Boink, boink. He's a smart boy who uses energy weapons. So that's what we're going to use in this game. Although we'll not just use energy. We'll be using all the weapons because the great part about Fallout 3 is you could
You are quite the little explorer.
use pretty much anything.
Serves me right for trying to.
Only the DLCs
Come
that
on
they
over
decided
here.
to say, hey,
I want to show
you
you
need
something.
weapons,
See
the
that?
specific forms of
Was
animal,
your
just use
mother's
this.
favorite passage. It's from the Bible.
He also has some
Revelation 21:6.
animation back on.
I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. She always loved that.
Nice
All right,
quote.
come on. Let's go see if your little friend Amada wants to play.
So a couple of my friends might know how much this game has influenced me just by playing this game. Like it has influenced my aesthetic design on things, my thought process on how things should be done in a story, all kinds of stuff like that.
Happy birthday!